How do boxers get paid?
How do boxers? I mean, most of the boxers doesn't get paid. I would say like from the start, you don't get paid shit. I mean, especially to the pro boxers that are making their records. Like just say you sign with a manager. And it depends. If your manager's fucked up, he's fucked up. He won't give you much. He's making your career, you know, where you could grow. But I mean, I started with an advisor. I started with an advisor, and I wasn't getting paid nothing.
What is an advisor in this industry?
He will basically just he will guide you through. Like, okay, he will find someone, like just say an event. He will find an event, and he will like basically talk to the promoter and say, hey, can I get like a spot? Can I get a spot? Yeah, can I get a spot? So I will pay through like my whole, like for my sponsorships. I will pay for medicals. I will pay like sometimes like put money on the opponent, but yeah, like it started like I did that for my like.
So
my
how does
third
that
fight.
work? What you mean? So let's say I'm a boxer. I'm not in the pros. I want to go pro, right? I have to pay to get in to fight.
Not get in, but like I mean, if you want to make your record and if you want to become someone, like you want to build your record up, I feel like that. Yeah, you have to do that. Like.
So what are you saying? So what's medicals? Like what is that?
Medicals,
so someone doesn't
like,
know what
medicals. So basically, like I mean, what the promoter asking or like the commission, they ask for medicals, your eye test, drug test. So you have to pay for all that.
So you got to pay for all the tests.
All the
all
of
that. Covering those expenses.
Yeah, covering.
And you're not getting paid for fighting.
You're not getting paid. Yeah, I mean.
And what you mean by putting money on the opponent?
Yeah, you pay. I mean, you're not paying. You paying an opponent for like basically to fight someone. Cause nobody's gonna fight for free.
Oh, I get it. So you're basically paying his purse.
Yeah, I'm paying his purse. Yeah, I'm being my own promoter.
Yeah,
basically.
you're like,
I'm being my own manager.
I'm gonna pay you $100
yeah,
to fight
exactly.
like an example.
Yeah, so.
And that's how you basically can make your own fight if you wanted to. Like if you had the resources.
But that's So basically, that's only like to the people that's building their records. Like if you don't wanna if you want payday, bro, like I'm going with anybody. You could go with like you can start your debut with a 3-0. That 3-0 is or managers paying you. Is either you might beat them, but definitely not, because you're making your debut. And that dude is a 3-0. You're gonna get spanked because the other dude is building his record. You get it?
I get it. So when you started out, you had an advisor. What's the difference between an advisor and a manager? Technically, is
an advisor
it's kind of
just
the same thing.
Yeah, an advisor is basically he's giving you advice, like I think you should fight him. I don't think you should fight him, or basically he tell me what's good and what's not. But a manager
take the step a little bit more.
A manager, like they pay for like your medicals, they pay for like your flight, they pay for everything basically. Find you sponsorships. Well, that's what my
manager. So a manager invests in you basically.
Yeah, basically.
Invests in you to get a return on their money as well.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
So a manager gets a cut, they also invest in you.
Just say if a manager starts like a manager is investing on a pro. That manager's not gonna make no money until he probably has like 10 fights.
But during those 10 fights, he's the one paying for the flights,
everything,
the medical expenses, the getting into places.
So the manager won't get money until basically he will have a good fight or like a championship, basically. Yeah, that's where you get the money.
So the manager invests in you. And another way for you guys to get some money is through sponsorships. Is that really where the bread and butter is?
Yeah, I feel
when you're starting out.
Yeah, I think so. Well, it depends also too. Like,
it depends on your record.
It depends on your record. It depends on like on your record. Depends on like who you are. Like Shakur Stevenson, he was an Olympian. He got signed right away to Top Rank. He didn't need to go through all that. Like for an example, I couldn't go to nationals. But I won the Golden Gloves 3 times, but I couldn't go to the nationals. I couldn't make the USA team. I couldn't go to the Olympics because of my immigration. So I couldn't. Shit, I feel like I could have been at least an Olympian. And with that Olympian, me being an Olympian, I feel like any promoter would, like, if they would see me, I feel like they would sign me. Or any promoter could have signed me.
So the difference is, so in this business, there's advisors, there's managers, promoters, sponsors.
Yeah.
And all of these factors come into play when it comes to you guys to get paid.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So it's like, yeah. Sponsors, I mean, that's more, honestly, that's what's been helping me a lot, like sponsorships. A lot of sponsorships been helping me a lot. I mean, I have a manager, and she's also been helping me a lot. My manager signed me when I was 3-0.
You had told me you were an immigrant, right?
Yeah.
How did you come to America?
I crossed the border, bro, like a regular Mexican.
You just crossed the border?
Yeah, crossed the border. I was 10 years old. I was 10 years old.
And how long was that trip for?
That trip, honestly, it was a.
Do you remember?
Like, I would say, honestly, I don't remember everything, because I was a little kid. But I do remember, like, I think it took me up to like 2 weeks from what my mom said. It was 2 weeks, because all I remember it was me walking through a house to house, taking a break, sleeping in the desert, and then walking again.
How was your upbringing, bro? Here being an immigrant, having the immigration status that you have, how was that experience?
I mean, as a little kid, like going to school, not knowing English, none of that, it was hard for me. It was like it was a different world basically, cause I mean I didn't know how to like speak English. I didn't like, the food was so much different. You know, like when you go to your country, like you say you go to DR, the food tastes so much different than coming over here.
There's no processed food.
Exactly, yeah. So it was just different. Everything was just different. Bullying.
You're probably compensated for like, you're gonna take a shit for a couple months.
I was, bro.
That's how it be, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's the same way when you go back home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or you get sick.
When you get back home, you get sick for a couple days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you're used to eating processed food. You're not used to eating that natural.
Yeah, so I wasn't used to it, bro. I wasn't used to it. I would argue with my mom and like, yo, I want to go back home. I want to go back to my grandparents. And yeah, it was just difficult. Like school also too, like they would try to bully me. That's how I got into boxing, because people like, they would try to like bully me. But I mean, my mom always tell me like, don't let yourself get bullied. So that was the problem. That was the problem with me. Was not a problem, but I would have never let myself get bullied. I would always fucking come back or punch back.
So I got you into a lot of trouble, I imagine, because, you know, especially you close to my age. That age, in that age group, like, there was a little bit of divide when you were an immigrant, or you know how to speak English too well, or you from a certain ethnic group. How was that experience in high school and elementary school? You just fought back?
In high school, I mean, in high school, I already knew English. I would get into fights because I was in the streets. Like I was with some other people, and they had beef with those people, or yeah. But it was just that. But
so
in high school, honestly, I wasn't that much trouble. Honestly, I was like, and I wasn't that much trouble because I was already boxing. So in boxing, honestly,
so it was
like,
more like middle school for you.
Middle school, yeah, middle school, bro. It was a whole different thing. I would get in trouble, like I would have to like.
You was heading the wrong path.
I would literally have to like put glass bottles in my bag for me, because I already know something's gonna happen.
You know, my trick was I used to put baseballs in socks. Because at one point they had metal detectors and stuff. Nah, they would allow the locks in.
Well, we
didn't have lockers. You getting bullied, you fighting back, you start hitting the streets, you get into some trouble. How do you end up in the gym?
How did I end up in the gym? My mom first, she put me in a karate class. And honestly, like karate class, it was just boring. To me, it was boring because I don't know, it was just boring. I only lasted for 2 weeks, and I'm like, Ma, this is boring. I want to go. I want to do something else. I'm like, let me try soccer or something. She's like, nah, like there's a boxing gym around here, literally where I live. And Yeah, I started boxing. I started liking it because they put me to spar like the second week. They put me to spar, so, and then the trainer was talking nice to me. He was like, oh, like you got potential.
A lot of gyms don't put nobody
You got to
spar.
start. I know.
Why.
Nah, but the trainer I had,
a lot
he
of
was
gyms
like,
they trying to give you like footwork,
yeah,
couple days, and then like
yeah. Nah, but I mean, I had like
just throw me in the ring, bro.
my trainer's like old school. I guess he put me to a test, and he said like, oh, you got potential, like you need to start coming more. So that got me hyped. I'm like, you know what? Let me just try it. Like 9 months later, I got my first fight. I think it was the Junior Olympics tournament. I won it. Yeah, I won that. And
so
since then,
your immigration status has limited your growth.
Yeah, bro.
At least for when you were younger.
Yeah,
even now with the pros as well, right? Or
yeah, I mean with the pros,
more easier.
The pros. I mean, I would say
there's
my
more
career.
access to other
my pros. The pros. I mean, right now it would have been more easier for me if I could have went to Mexico and built my record over there, like what everybody does. Everyone like Devin Haney. Who else? Any other upcoming fighters.
So they usually build it up in Mexico.
You build it up in Mexico. But I couldn't. I had to do it here.
So, because of your immigration status, you wasn't able to do what the Olympics.
Yeah. So in the amateurs, like for an example, I won 3 Golden Gloves.
But that's a local tournament, no?
Yeah. That's a New York. That's the New York tournament.
But it's like one of the
biggest.
It's not like
that's one of the biggest tournaments. And so I won them. I fought 3 times. I fought them 4 times, and I won them 3 times. So
how many people do you have to beat to win that?
It depends. It could be up to like 6 people. Yeah.
And that's a tournament that's like throughout a couple of days, or that's only one shot?
It's for like I think 2 months. 2 months or 3 months, something like that. I totally forgot. But yeah, it's like so I fought.
So out of the 4 Golden Glove tournaments, you won 3.
I won 3. So now listen to this. I'll be the guy right in the finals. I win the Golden Gloves. The dude that I beat in the finals, he will go to national Golden Gloves because I didn't have papers. So I couldn't go. I could have made, and everybody was telling me like, yo, you could have made it to the team, to the USA team. Then you could have became like an Olympian. And at that time, it would like kind of like. I don't know. I would be like sad. Yeah, it would throw me up. I'm like, damn. Like you think. I will always think like. I will always ask myself like, do I have it? Like, can I make it? And honestly, like, I just kept going. Like, kept training till one day my advisor, he was the one that put me. He sent me to Vegas. Yeah, he contacted me and he's like, hey, like. Andrew Maloney's in sparring. I don't know if the world champions, twins, they from Australia. It was during the bubble too. It was during the pandemic. He invited me, he's like, oh, they need sparring and we can find sparring partners. So I'm like, you know what? And also
because
too.
You're in a certain weight class, because you're a small guy.
Yeah.
You're in a certain weight class that is hard to find sparring partners and opponents, right?
Yeah, it is. It's hard, bro. It's hard. It's really hard.
And you never thought of trying to put on weight?
Yeah, of course. I mean, honestly, I'm a 108. I fight 112. That's what I could do. But I mean, honestly, I wanna get a title at 108 first, then 112, 115, and 118.
So you became a sparring partner to the twins.
To the twins, yeah.
And that's how this journey started.
That's how everything started. And also
that was like
too,
a little paid job, but that was just opportunity.
That was an opportunity.
But they pay your expenses and stuff like that.
They did. They paid for my flight, the room, and everything. So everything was good. So I also too, like I said, I'm an immigrant. People used to tell me like, yo, you can't travel, you can't take the plane. So I was a little scared, but it's to me, I'm like, you know what? I just gotta fucking like, let me risk it. Let me risk it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And build it up.
Build it up over there. So I'm like, you know what? If I do that, I mean, my mom always tell me like, don't be scared. Like, you ain't do nothing. Your record is clean. You're a good boy, so whatever. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just risk it for the biscuit, bro.
Right.
So I went, and my advisor, he liked the way I fight, and that's when he asked me, he like, oh, you want to turn pro? And I'm like, yeah, I want to go pro. And I will always tell him like, I can't go pro. He's like, why not? And I'm like, oh, because people telling me I can't go pro because I'm not a citizen. And then he's like, oh, whoever told you that is a liar. Like, he doesn't know. So he was the one that put me on, and he actually, for my first pro debut, he made me. I fought on the Telemundo, on the Spanish channel. So
how did that feel?
It felt good. It felt great,
Your
bro.
mom
Like,
watching?
Yeah. So my friend Brian, he went with me. My friend Brian and my mom, and literally there was nobody. Like it was the bubble.
Pandemic.
Yeah, they didn't let him in.
I remember him posting that.
They didn't let him in.
He was like, yo, I went here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's like, yo, not let me in, but I'm gonna sneak in. And then he finessed.
Yeah, he did, and then they found him, and then they kicked him out, and I was like, fuck. But he wasn't trying to get me in trouble, so he was like, I'm gonna just wait for your son.
They
let my mom in.
Nah,
Only my mom. Yeah, just my mom. But yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels good, you know, because honestly, like, coming to this country, bro, I didn't know I was gonna become this person. Like, it's huge for me.
And you're breaking stereotypes. You're breaking, you know, a lot of things, like a lot of social schemes that the average person that comes into this country as a worker.
Word.
You know, like
that's a fact.
You're not working.
And also too, like
the stereotypes.
This
not
is I'm trying to like teach. Not just immigrants, but like also too like my people trying to
just
like,
the youth, bro. The youth, you
teach them like
hard knock life. You
exactly
the
teach
streets,
them like, bro, like
change your life. Bro.
There was a lot of people that tell me I could like, oh, you can't do it because you're not a citizen, this and that, and nigga, I'm right here.
So does that bring like a different beast in you? Like the fact that you feel like I feel like you have to fight a little harder.
Oh yeah, of course.
You don't got
because
benefits that others do.
You overthink a lot. Like,
by the way, while we're talking here, there's a whole sparring going over there, so we keep getting distracted. Don't get mad at us. But like you were saying, that brings out a beast in you, right? That you like gotta work harder than
you
gotta
than
anyone else.
You have to, bro. Because I mean, I overthink a lot.
Because you got a lot of things going against you, yet you haven't let that stop you. You got the weight. You got the immigration status, and you're not letting that get you.
Nah, bro. Because I mean, I feel like you just putting more pressure on yourself. You know, your
mind is your biggest.
Exactly, bro. So you have to fight. You have to fight that. And honestly, like I always say this, like even if I don't make it, bro, like I don't care, bro, because I try. I'm really trying, bro, like, because I feel like this is the only thing I could do. I feel like this is the only thing that I could like.
You know what's gonna be crazy though, right?
What?
If you win a world championship.
Oh, I'm gonna win a world championship, bro. I'm gonna win a world championship.
You know that's gonna be like crazy. That's gonna be like,
yeah, bro.
That's gonna be like history.
I will, bro. I'm gonna become a world champion. I'm going for that. And that's one of my dreams. I mean, that's what I'm going for.
So, is there any advice you could give the youth on trying to change their life and trying to do something different?
Man, you just gotta focus on what you really want. You gotta focus and don't listen to don't listen to bad energy, basically.
Never, right?
Like there's always gonna be that one person that's gonna be like, I don't know, man. It might be hard, but then there's other one that's gonna tell you like, fuck it, like just do it. That's the person you gotta listen to. Not to the one that's, I don't know, bro. It might be difficult. Nah, you gotta listen to the people that are actually like pushing you, you know.
So you're a Mexico City kid. Well, not even the city. You from the rural side.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, farm. Yeah.
You end up in the Bronx, right? You end up in the Bronx. You box in Manhattan. Somewhat. Bronx and Manhattan.
Bronx and Manhattan. Well, I started in the Bronx.
End up in Vegas.
I ended up in Vegas. Yeah.
Where are you gonna end up next, bro? You be staying in Vegas?
I mean, I'll be staying in Vegas. So I'm planning on moving out to Vegas. So, but right now, I'm just taking a little break. And hopefully I fight here back in New York. Yeah. I got my people here. I love my people. I love my New York people. Yeah.
All your people's out here.
Yeah. I love having my people here. I like fighting here.
Any message you have for the person who's trying to maybe get into this boxing world or just change their life up a little bit?
All I gotta say is, I mean, you have to, if you really, like, just say if you're in a sport, it could be soccer, basketball, you have to focus, be disciplined.
So we have some people in our country and in our city who may not see immigration the way that we see it, whether we're immigrants or kids of immigrants. Any message to those who put us in a negative light?
I mean, we humans, man. Everyone, there's a lot of bad people. There's not just immigrants, but I feel like immigrants do deserve like a chance.
And the world runs on immigrants, especially the city.
Exactly.
If the immigrants boycott it, we'd be done.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like we do deserve those opportunities, and we deserve it.
A lot of people having conversations around immigration due to the fact that there's a lot of undocumented immigrants coming now from different countries, right? Like we have the South Americans, a lot of people coming. And there's a lot of things going on with downtown because of the hotel situation and how some people tend to complain that are coming now.
Yeah,
a lot of people that I know who came here a long time ago, they don't like that because they work hard to have what they have today.
True. I mean, honestly,
they didn't come here asking for a hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
They didn't come here asking for food.
I was looking at that too. Like, there's some
a negative light.
There's
not a lot of Mexicans, to be honest. It's not.
Yeah. So there's some immigrants that they just come for the benefits, And I like my mom, bro. She never. So I was told like, you gotta work for it. You gotta work for your things. You gotta work for it. And there's some people that like they just want the benefits, like free shit. And there's some, most of them
who come here and work their ass off.
They come and work
pay
for
taxes.
It. Yeah, exactly. And they pay taxes. That's what my mom do. And she works, bro. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like mom, since day one, bro. My mom been working since like 6 in the morning to 5 p.m. and it's just like, you gotta respect you have to respect those kind of immigrants. Because they come here to become a better person.
And to contribute to society.
Exactly, bro.
Instead of taking away from society.
That's a fact.
That's an important message that people need to see.
That's a fact.
And you're an example of a young person who came to this country and is doing something positive with their life.
That's a fact. You should. I mean, I always say this. My mom came here, bro, and she worked her ass off. I feel like I had to do something,
Of course.
I feel like, imagine if I would have became somebody else.
People don't know that before Mexicans, Dominicans was the Mexicans. They ain't know that.
Nah, I didn't know that either.
In the 80s, Dominicans was the Mexicans. We was coming to this country, a lot of us undocumented. When I speak about immigrants or undocumented immigrants, which to me is the same thing, doesn't matter. I speak about it because we benefited from the first reform there was in immigration. And, sometimes we tend to overlook that or not. Like, let's all help each other out. We all immigrants, bro.
That's a fact.
We all immigrants. Obviously, I don't think anybody wants people to come here and just get benefits from it and not put back into society. I don't think anyone wants that. I have a lot of conversations with people who are documented, and they say like, yo, when I came to this country, I had to bust my ass. I worked for everything. Nobody gave me a hotel. Nobody gave me food stamps. Nobody gave me free food. I had to work my ass off.
Yeah, I feel.
And I had to be fearful of getting deported every day.
Yeah, hell,
And then now people are coming here, and that can't be an example of what people are. It's not.
Exactly.
You guys are all hard workers.
That's a fact, bro. I mean, you gotta come here for something, man. To become a better person, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you wanna come here and be lazy, get your benefits, it's not gonna work.
So Andy, talk to me about your future. What's coming up for you?
What's coming up for me? I mean, I already won the WBA, Feather Central.
What's that? Talk to me. I don't know.
So that ranks you. So I'm ranked from the there's WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. I fought for the WBA Feather Central, so I'm ranked number 11.
And that's in your weight class, or
That's in my weight class. In my weight class, and I'm
in
also
the country or in the world?
in the world. So I could definitely I could fight. I would say 3 more fights, and now hopefully I'll be fighting for a world title.
And you're gonna invite me as a press, right?
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm gonna come
Definitely.
record.
Yeah, you already know, bro.
Anything you want to
Hell
tell the viewers before you leave?
yeah. I mean, just follow me on Instagram, Andy Dominguez official, and yeah, you can see.
You got any fights coming up? Or are you working on something here?
So
right?
I'm working on something. Yeah, hopefully June. Hopefully June I'll be fighting in New York.